Good morning. I bring to you live today as we look at Deuteronomy chapter 8. Chapter 8 talks about remembering and attaching your remembrance to obedience. Remembering and attaching your remembrance to obedience. It's a brief chapter. And remember, this point is still Moses giving a narration to the children of Israel, this new generation. Child of God, we cannot see God physically. We cannot see God physically, but we can see what He has created and how He has provided for us. We cannot see God physically, but we know where and how He has showed up. And that's what we refer to as our testimony. When we see how far God has brought us, from where we first started, from where we were trying to figure out life, from where we are trying to find our path to whatever we considered success or better life, from what we were running away from. When we remember that, we worship Him as the living and active God. Some of us struggle to worship God because there is nothing we can remember that we can attach to a response to God. But the day you will truly sit down, reflect, and remember who the Lord has been to you, remember what He has done for you, you will respond in obedience. I like saying someone like Prophet Isaiah saw something and that drew him to worship. The same to John as he writes the Revelation in the island of Patmos. He saw something and he responded in worship. We don't worship, even in our churches when we meet for worship, as we like saying, we go to church to worship. And then we don't even do anything close to worship. Why? Because we do not have a habit of opening ourselves to see God. When you're asked to look back into your week and identify how God has revealed Himself to you, you only see the problems and the challenges that you've gone through. Why? Because your mind has been set in a particular way. But the day you will open up yourself to see how God has made Himself known to you, those experiences will definitely draw you to worship. Remembering God's deeds is central in worshiping Him. What God has done for us in the past reminds us of our weaknesses and His great grace to us. Prophet Isaiah, again, if I should speak about him, he saw God. He saw God, and that gave him a reflection of how weak he was. And he worshipped. Remembering keeps our focus on God, no matter what is happening to us right now. You could be going through a hard time right now, but if you remember that He took you through another hard time in the recent past, then you will worship, you will praise, knowing that He's about to do it again, and in a different way, in a way that you've never even experienced before. When we fail to remember God's provisions, we may be tempted to seek other ways to get help. That's me. The times I am shaken and I don't remember how He has provided, I look for ways to help myself. That's me. And this becomes idolatry. Why? Because you start worshiping the means in which you seem to be finding help. So as Africans, we have traditionally understood the importance of these instructions to remember what they witnessed, or what we witnessed, what our forefathers witnessed in the past. We were careful to remember landmarks in our history. I did history in school, and as I went through that subject, I was reminded of the things that happened that I did not witness. But as I went through that book reading, it felt like I was in that space. One way we reminded ourselves and our children was in the names we gave to our children. In fact, I was just having a conversation with my wife yesterday about this and telling him how I don't use a name that I was given. And this name is a name of my great-great-grandfather. So if I was given a bit of stories maybe from my grandfather about his grandfather, maybe mentioning that name would remind me or would tell me of what kind of a man this person was. So naming plays a very key part. It's one of the ways we keep our heritage, but then also we remember. Okay. But other ways include the stories we tell, dramas we acted, the rituals, the ceremonies, and the monuments that were built. Now the children of Israel built monuments to remind them. What monuments are you building today to remind you? Okay. What activities do you do with your children that will help you and them to remember the goodness of the Lord? Do not forget. And if you should not forget, then you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do that will help me remember?